Hello, hi there, Sagittarius. Do hope that you are well and welcome to my channel. This is your love horoscope for November 2018. If you'd like to know more about me, my services, all the links are just down below. I do hope that you're all well. If you do like what I have to say, do like, do comment, do subscribe. And if you'd like to have a private reading again, my readings start from as little as $4.99 and the links are just down below. So gorgeous, lovely Sagittariuses, what do I have to say to you? Now it starts a little bit like this. So last month you were definitely portrayed as the one giving and how that would benefit you. And that's a beautiful thing to do. It feels as we go into November that it's almost like my guides are saying, okay, you've done all the giving. That's beautiful because it's part of who you are. But they want you to dial it back now. Now you need to see it a little bit like if you was to overfeed your kids. Let's say this, take the giving like food. You give them food, they grow, they nourish, but if you overfeed them, then they start to put on some weight and it causes health problems. This is what they're kind of saying with your love life. They're saying tone it back now. It is in your disposition, but be mindful that if you do too much all the time, that you may grow a monster. Because they're saying here, if you don't heed this, what tends to happen with the other person that you're giving all this attention to or helping or, your partner you're doing things for, they will become fat and lazy is what my guides are saying here. That's their words, not mine. And also a little bit entitled because they sort of expect it from you. So it's good to do the giving, but be aware when it's necessary, when it's not necessary, and dial it back. Because the first couple of weeks, I get the other person that you've been doing this with, they're very, very happy with you. Oh gosh, are they happy with you? Oh yes, they're very happy with all this giving you've been giving them. But there is an entitlement and expectation and a little bit of slightly could get out of control. They feel like they're so sort of happy and almost like a little bit like you don't mind if they do this, this and this because you're so giving and understanding, Sagittarius, that they can do whatever they like because you'll be fine. No. You're Sagittarius, you still got fire in you, my dears. No. Dial it back so that you don't get to a place where you then feel taken advantage of and possibly angry. They're saying here that at this time dialing about less is more, in helping somebody, which I think Sagittarius can be great philosophers but also great teachers. This is the way that you will help. What you've been doing by giving is teaching that individual how to give back to you. It only works when you then take away and wait for them to mirror it, basically. And that's pretty much what my guides are saying here. Take it back, wait for them to mirror it. First of all, they may be like, stamp their feet a little bit because they're not used to you doing that, but then they will give. And they'll tell you why, because they want the giving to come back. And then it becomes basically a very balanced, symbiotic connection between you and the other person. This will also be true if you're newly dating somebody and perhaps you've been giving and you've been contacting them and they haven't really been contacting you. Now's the time to stop that. All right, it is their turn, because they'll do it because they miss it. They will do it because they want to show their appreciation in the end, that they didn't mean to get lazy about it. And then you create balance because then you can give and they give. And I know we don't always do things to give, but in relationship there's two of you, not one of you in it. So it has to be that everybody is being very mindful about the other person's needs, all right, and not overdoing. Otherwise you create a little baby monster. Don't do that. So that's what's been asked of you in the first 2 weeks. If you don't heed that advice, you will create a bigger problem to deal with. You will become resentful. Your fire will be lit. They won't know what they've done wrong. It will cause unhappiness. You'll get stressed. Like, it will just cause that, and they don't want that for you. What it gets them to do overall, as I look through the end of the month, because really, without that advice, that's what would happen. You would get really sour. You would see that your giving you'd feel like it was taken for granted, and then at the end of the month you'd be considering your options, feeling quite disappointed and wanting to almost maybe not be in the relationship. So the guidance is sort that out, take responsibility that actually you've got to take it back, that you're teaching in this connection, and then you'll find that they spend time thinking about this and doing better. They might sulk at first because they have been used to you giving, but they will understand what it is that's being taught. Sometimes we are put in connections where actually that balance needs to be there, where there's somebody who has that much more self-awareness than the other person. And it seems at this time, Sagittarius, you're the one that has that teaching element, that self-awareness to keep the balance in a healthy space, in a good place. And if you can do that, you have a very successful November. All right, there's no resentment, no upset, none of that. All right. So I do hope that that's been helpful for you to navigate this month successfully. I will be back next month with the last reading of the year. I do hope that that's been very, very helpful for you. Again, do subscribe if you like, and I will see you all again next month. You take care, you gorgeous Sagittarius. Take care. Bye-bye.